Well, here we are at the Courtright Center at the Libing City campus. This is the visitor center. This is the hub of all the activity at the Libing City campus. This is where the 120,000 people a year come through the building, whether to participate in guided tours, workshops, programs, professional training. 3 years ago, it was really an embarrassment because it was 35 years old and the building was falling apart. Even though it's a beautiful post and beam building on the inside, it just wasn't operationally a very good building. It was very, very expensive to run. So we needed to do something about it. We needed to match it to the rest of the green buildings that were at the Libing City campus. So we took that opportunity to make this a demonstration of what you can do with existing buildings. This building here went under a 3-phase retrofit. First phase was to completely get rid of the all-electric heating system that we had in the building. And we went to an entire ground source heat pump system. So we drilled 20 wells that were about 200 meters each, and that circulated fluid into a ground source heat pump system, which provided high efficiency heating and cooling for the building. So now we were able to use about 50% less energy just to run that heating system and cooling system as opposed to the old one. Once we did that, we wanted to have a good ventilation system in it. But in order to have a good ventilation system, we had to make sure we sealed the building up. So what we did is we took all the siding off the building, we ripped out all the insulation, we re-insulated the walls with foam insulation, added extra insulation on the outside, and then put all new siding on the outside. And we made the building much, much tighter so it wasn't nearly leaky and drafty as it used to be. Because we tightened up the building, we had to add a ventilation system to the building, and that provided fresh air into the building at all times so it would never feel stuffy. And then the last thing that we wanted to do was add new daylighting. It was so dark inside the building, even though it had these beautiful cathedral ceilings inside, it had very little natural light. So we added a lot more skylights and windows to the lower level, and that brought in a lot more daylighting to the point now that we never have to turn the lights on inside the building unless it's a cloudy day. So we're able to reduce our lighting costs, but at the same time give us a much more beautiful daylighting inside the building. Now, when you put more windows in a building, you're increasing heat loss. So in order to stop that from happening, we basically use triple glazed low E argon filled windows, and that helped keep the heat in, but still allow the daylighting inside the building. So after all of that work, we were able to reduce the heating bills and cooling bills in this building by about 60%, but at the same time we increased the comfort, we increased the daylighting, we increased the productivity of all the staff because it was a much nicer building to be in. And for the visiting public, they absolutely love it because now they can come into the building, not only do they see this gorgeous building from the inside, but they can actually see outside the building and see the forest, see the 16 kilometers of hiking trails that they can go on. And if they want a perfect view, they end up down here where we are right now, and they can walk on this deck that takes you around the exterior of the building. It's 60 feet in the air, and it looks into a beautiful climax maple beech forest.